We must begin at once!
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, we have the G.I. Joe Classified series, Cobra H.I.S., TECHNO-VIPER and H.M.S. Heatseek Missile System. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video we'll be unboxing and reviewing the latest edition of the G.I. Joe Classified series Cobra H.I.S. Wave, I guess you could call it. The Cobra H.I.S. TECHNO-VIPER and H.M.S. Heatseek Missile System. So, about time. So now we have the piece that we can hook to the trailer hitch of the H.I.S. And just super excited to get into this. But yeah, it's been a while coming. We've known about it for quite a bit. And I guess now the next spot is to wait for the repaint. So let's go ahead and go over the box. As you can see, you have the black and red, like the HasLab H.I.S. and the 788 Fire Team. So it looks pretty cool. It looks like, I can't tell if that's people building stuff or that's a guard tower. I don't know what it is, maybe some scaffolding or something, but you can see a H.I.S. in the background. There's your H.M.S. right here. There's your TECHNO-VIPER. You have a H.I.S. over here, Cobra H.I.S. symbol. Flip to this side, you just have Cobra H.I.S. At the bottom, you have your DPC over here, and Semper Fidelis Serpens on this side. On the top, you have your Classified series, and there's your kind of embossed logo again. This side, you have the TECHNO-VIPER and number 111. Onto the back, you have the kind of blueprint plans, you know, made out like the rest of the Cobra H.I.S. series. There's your TECHNO-VIPER, weapons and accessories. There's your missiles, the H.M.S. system itself. Pretty neat. No stats. So, that's the box. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop this open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. All right. So we got our little letter opener here, and slip. I'm not gonna worry about peeling the tape off of this, you know, it's open, it's mine, I can't do nothing with it, so. But anyways, we got our inserts here, and it looks like the first box is the accessories. So you see Cobra H.I.S., TECHNO-VIPER and H.M.S. Heatseek Missile System, 111, Cobra H.I.S., and 111. We're going to open that in a moment. Let's get the rest out. First the main piece. I'm going to go ahead and get the box out of here since it's a bit bulky and we don't really have room up here for it. So there's the inside of the packaging. So very dark cardboard black dungeon. Pretty neat. These missiles are huge in person. I didn't expect them to be this big. That's crazy. There's your H.M.S. We have some, I think they're wheels up here. And there's your TECHNO-VIPER. Nothing in the back, but we have a lot of these little plastic placeholders here. So we're going to go ahead and just cut those off and fast forward through this. Alright, that was a crazy lot of things. I heard some tumbling, so I knew some stuff fell out. So let's go ahead and get everything out. In place, but he has a lot of those little placeholders, man. Them things are annoying. One, two, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this insert out of here. There's not much to show. There is no back art or anything like that. We also have these little instruction sheets here. So pretty basic and simple, you know, black with the red. H.M.S. Open it up. Just going to show you how these, I guess, stabilizer legs are going to hold the toe piece itself. Where you plug the missiles into the launcher and all that good stuff. And on the back, just shows how they fold up. So I'm not really mentioning that. But anyways, let's go ahead and sort through this mess. We're going to put the TECHNO-VIPER aside and the accessories, and then we'll work on this first. So here you have the main chassis of the H.M.S. itself. So you see the little computer terminal here. Pretty neat. There is no face on it. I remember they said that there was a cover, but that's not on here. At the top there's a little Semper Fidelis logo. Wheel lock adjust, danger, 65. Some warning signs. More over here. And that's about it for this. Feel these legs around. They're smooth. Pretty cool. There's the launcher. This is anti-jam. There's a bunch of text under it. Hydraulic launch, elevation, stuff like that. Same on both sides. So this can adjust, you know, up and down. Put that aside. And then we'll bring in one of these missiles. This thing is like massive. I really didn't expect it to be this big. You know, it's about 9 inches. Pretty good size. You got Heatseek X03 Cobra. Same on both sides. Very cool. There's your back area. I guess if you want to put a smoke effect in there, you could. So that would be neat. Pretty cool. There's 3 of those. And then you have your wheels, which looks like the same wheels that were on the Vamp. So, nice. All right, so now that we have all that stuff, we're gonna go ahead and put it aside, and we're gonna get to the rest of it before we assemble. But first, let's go ahead and go over the TECHNO-VIPER. And here he is. You see you have the all gray jumpsuit. You have the red armor with black accents and trim on it. Silver tubes. He's got the left drop leg holster, black knee pads, black boots. There's some red on his gloves. Nice Cobra sigil right on the chest. Close up of the face. Yeah, pretty simple. Just same mold as the 117 TECHNO-VIPER that we got. Go ahead and check his articulation. Head's on the ball joint, a little bit of side to side, forward and back. And you can do a full rotation. These shoulder pads, they are attached to the arm and not the actual vest piece here itself. So the arm can do that full 360 with these on. It can't really turn out unless you pop that bottom. So to go ahead and put his arm up, you have to pop that piece so we can go that high. And we'll put this back down. He's got bicep rotation, double jointed pinless elbows. You got that piece on his wrist that can move around, so you can see a little data terminal in there, Cobra, and a bunch of text. It's in yellow. Come down to the hands, and they're on that hinge peg, can do a full 360, and can move out and in. All right, same with both arms, and you have that piece over here as well with a different picture on. So ab crunch, go that far forward and that far back. It does have a waist swivel. He's got drop legs. There's thigh rotation. Double jointed pinless knees. Calf rotation at the top of the boot. Move down to the ankle and you have another hinge peg to move the foot forward that far and up that far. All right, so there's your basic articulation for the TECHNO-VIPER. Now we'll go ahead into the accessory box and get out our goodies. Got a couple of bags in here, as well as, how about that? Crap. Alright, so a couple of G.I. Joe Cobra bags here. So we can get these open. We'll start with this one. Tear that on open and dump out the goods. Alright, so here you got a bunch of mess. You have TECHNO-VIPER's backpack. You see it's got the 2 canisters on there. These are in red. There's your handle. There's your little like coolant fan in silver. Peg on the back. You have his blaster. Same as 117, all black. Hole at the front for a blast effect. There's your little peg to shove the tube into. Here's your pistol. Again, the same, all black. Nice sculpt to it. A lot of detail. Looks really good. And a hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. You have your tools here. Tool number 1. And tool number 2. And tool number 3. Moving on, you have the tube that will connect from the backpack to any of the tools or the rifle if you want. So all in silver, nice and flexible, black ends. And there's your ports right here. And then you have his kind of holographic readout here that will come out of his wrist terminal, if you want to call it that. This one seems like it's more of an orange color. 117 was like a red. So, very cool. And then here it looks like you got a couple pieces that go to the H.M.S. So here's that cover that we were talking about. That'll go over that little terminal. And here is your toe piece. There's your little winch right there. Smack it onto the back of the H.I.S. and tug it along. So we'll get these off to the side real quick. And we'll go over bag 2. And for the second bag, you just have these 2 pieces, which are your kind of stabilizing feet for the H.M.S. itself. Pretty cool. Put these off to the side with that, and we're gonna go ahead and gear up our TECHNO-VIPER first. So I believe for the first one, I had it on his right arm, so we're gonna put this little hologram on his left this time. So I'll simply line that peg up with the hole in it and get that ready like that. All right, we're gonna slap his pistol into its holster right there. For the backpack, I'm gonna do a little different. I am gonna take the tube and run that out of it. So we're gonna plug that in on this side of it. And then we're gonna take a couple of tools and plug them in here, here, and I'm actually going to have him holding one of the others. So then we're just left with the rifle here, and I'm not sure what to do with this. I don't think there's a way for this to fit on, but if we can fit that top scope around some of these tool handles right here, that might work if they'll hold. I don't think it will, but I don't know, we might just put it off to the side. Anyways, let's go ahead and line up that peg with the hole in his back, and then we'll get that plugged on in. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this tool in his right hand, and then we're gonna plug that tube into it so it has some power, and maybe he'll just be fixing something on the H.M.S. itself. I'm not sure yet what we're gonna do, but we'll figure it out. So there we have him, and like I said, I'm gonna try to just kind of jimmy that on there so it might hold, but I doubt it. No, we'll just do something like this in the meantime, just to kind of have it stay on his back. And there is your Cobra H.I.S. TECHNO-VIPER. We'll bring out the 117 TECHNO-VIPER just for a side-by-side comparison real quick, just to give you guys an idea of the different colors that they added. So there's not much to it. They basically just swapped colors. You know, you got the purple and black over here as opposed to the gray and red on this one. And there's a few different color changes, you know, in his little wrist terminals, and that's about it. Anyways, go ahead and get him out of here. And then we're gonna move our TECHNO-VIPER to the side, and we're gonna go over the H.M.S. So let's bring out our chassis here. And first, I think we're gonna go ahead and put the wheels on. So just like the Vamp, just find that slot and pop the wheel on. Both sides, easy peasy. kind of unstable, but we have to put a few things on them. So we're going to start with these. Basically find that piece and then that large clip that's on the foot, and get some force, and it'll snap into place like that, and you can move up and down. They're a bit tough. Get a little elbow grease into putting these on, and go with number 2, and clip up that piece on the inside, and got that one in. And they're tough, man. But that's on. So we're gonna go ahead and fold these up a little bit like that, and then we're going to come around to this piece, and you're gonna find this little opening on the bottom of this toe winch here. And see where it goes. Plug in it and find the 2 tabs and just snap that on in like that. So this part can fold up and that can come out. So there you go. For an extension, you know, it can move, so that's pretty nice. Got a little bit of detail up in there. It's pretty cool. Flip around to this side, and we're gonna go ahead and put this little terminal cover on. So, it doesn't seem like it locks into place. It kind of just holds onto it. Oh, maybe it does lock. Maybe just give it a little pull and it'll pop off. I don't know what I did, but it snapped in. There's that. Now we'll go ahead and take our launcher piece itself, and we're gonna take this little plug here that's on the bottom of it and line it up on the top and pop that in right there. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put these feet down. This thing comes up like off the ground, which is pretty cool. So now you have it kind of raised so it won't be going nowhere. And then we're gonna go ahead and put on our missiles. So we're going to start with this front side. Just find the little slot and plug one on. Go to the top. Plug in number 2. Spin it around. And number 3. And bam. There's your H.M.S. We'll bring the TECHNO-VIPER back in. There. Actually, I think it'll look better the other way. So if we do that, we can open this terminal here, set the piece up, and kind of have him over here like he's getting ready to do something, so he looks important. So, very cool. This thing is nice, man. It's actually got some size to it. I didn't expect it to be this big, so that's cool. I honestly wasn't even expecting it to raise that much off the ground. I can, if you can see the bottom of the screen, I can kind of fit my fingers underneath until it hits my knuckles. So that's nice. We're gonna pull him back out of the way for a minute and just mess with this. So get that cover out. Just fold these legs back up just to see how it pulls along on the ground. Nice and smooth, beautiful. So awesome. I kind of set it like that just to give it some balance. But yeah, pretty neat. So I think now that we got this, we need to bring the whole family out. So let's go ahead and just get the whole bunch out here and we'll do one big shot.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Alright, so here we have the entire Cobra H.I.S. gang so far. You got your HasLab Cobra H.I.S. tank. There's your tactician, your gunner, your driver. You have the 788 fire team down here with your officer, trooper, and range viper. And you have the H.M.S. with the TECHNO-VIPER. So, very cool, man. This looks amazing in person when it's all set up, and it's huge. This is like it would be a vintage playset for us if we were, you know, still kids. So this is great, man. This looks absolutely phenomenal. I got the whole, you know, H.I.S. tank group together, and it's just, wow. This is great. So I got to figure out how I'm going to display all this, because, you know, with the H.M.S on it, it makes it even bigger. So it's going to be a little more difficult, but it looks cool, man. This, you know, it like hooks to the back of that tow hitch, you know, very simple and easily. You plug it in from the far end, and then you just pull it back, and it's like locked into place. It's just super cool. I moved it around a little bit. Don't have that much room to do it, you know, on camera, but it does wheel nice with the H.I.S. But these are our final thoughts, and I thought what better than to bring everything together and just do one final shot and give our thoughts on it. And I couldn't be happier with it. It's beautiful. It looks great. You know, the addition of the extra TECHNO-VIPER, which I really don't think we needed, but, you know, easy repaint, why not? But getting the missile system, it's awesome. Totally fits in. So I guess the question is, where does it go from here? I'm sure they're going to remake the H.M.S in another form, you know, to give it to the Joe side, to be able to hook on to something else. You know, of course you got your Vamp, you can always hook on to. You have the possibilities of other vehicles coming. Might get a Mobat, might get a Wolverine, who knows? We'll get something and it'll go on there, so I'm sure we'll see that again. But overall, it is a nice vehicle. I think the price point was a little bit too high. Not astronomically out of range, but it was a bit pricey for, you know, what you get out of it. Yeah, it's got some size to it, but I think it should have been a little bit cheaper. Overall, it's great. It's totally worth it. If you guys have the H.I.S. tank, you definitely need this. And if you don't have the H.I.S, get it anyway. It's cool, you know, you have an extra, like, mobile range accessory piece here to, you know, blast off your enemies, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end it with that. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.